everyone and welcome to this week's video. I thought I would just do like a somewhat quick sit down video talking through all of the books I've pre-ordered for the rest of the year, because I don't really tell anyone this information. I very much just order things and keep it to myself until they arrive. But I'm pretty confident with the books that I've pre-ordered that I'm gonna definitely end up like not cancelling the order. I've had a couple where I've pre-ordered them and then I've like thought about it and gone, actually no, maybe not, just like I don't need that immediately. But I feel like a lot of the ones that are on this list, I've got a big whiteboard here that I've written them on. I feel like they're a good selection of ones that I actually am going to read as soon as I get them. And a couple of them are actually arcs that I have as well, so I can read them before they come out, and if I don't enjoy them I won't obviously keep my pre-order there. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but anyway, I have got 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 books I've pre-ordered for the rest of the year, and I'm going to talk you through them, starting off with, on the 10th of September, Love Felt Like This by Julie Olivia. So Julie Olivia, I read her book, oh my gosh, what is the name of her book? If It Makes You Happy, that's the name of the book. I read If It Makes You Happy last year and I gave it a 5-star. I had the arc of that one as well. I gave it a 5-star. I really loved the cozy vibes of it. And I feel like Love Felt Like This is also going to be very cozy. The cover looks so cozy. I still haven't figured out how to put the covers in the video, so I apologise for that, but I might do a little post on my Instagram about this as well. I'm trying to get better at posting on Instagram as well as YouTube, because I'm very much one or the other. But Love Felt Like This follows a previous TV presenter from the 90s, I'm pretty sure, and a rock star. Crazy combo. And she I don't know anyone's names in this either, but the female protagonist is the previous TV show presenter. She used to present a kids show with puppets, I think, and she's basically funneling all of her savings into reviving this TV show, and it takes place in a small town. I don't know how the rock star comes into it yet. I'm excited to find out, and I know it's Grumpy Sunshine. I'm assuming the rock star is the grumpy one here, but I'm really excited to read this. I feel like it sounds really interesting. I haven't read many like rock star romances because they just don't appeal to me, frankly. Like, a lot of the time rock stars come off as assholes and I'm not here for that. I am really excited for this one. I think Julie Olivia could be one of my favorite authors, seeing like, we'll see how this one goes, but she has potential to be a favorite author because I really did love If It Makes You Happy. Genuinely one of my favorite reads last year. So on the same day, so September 10th again, the third and final book in the City of Phantoms series is coming out, which is The Dragon and the Dove by Catherine Doyle. I obviously can't tell you anything about this one because it's the final in a trilogy, but I will say I'm very excited to see where Sarah and Ransom's stories go. I can't wait to read it. I'm gonna cross my fingers that the arc of this one falls into my lap within the next couple days because I have requested it. Yeah, I'm excited for that one. So then we have, on September 15th, we have Grim Tidings by BK Borison coming out, and we know I'm a BK Borison stan. You can see this shelf here. It's a little bit blocked by the stuff that I'm selling, but this shelf here is all BK Borison, so you know I'm a BK Borison stan. I have tattoos for BK Borison. These are for Good Spirits. I forgot the name of the book for a second, that's embarrassing, but those tattoos are for Good Spirits. That was, again, one of my favourite books last year. So I'm very excited for the sequel, which is Grim Tidings. This one follows a runaway Grim Reaper and a guardian angel. Crazy concept, crazy concept. I'm really excited for this. So it is very much enemies to lovers. It is grumpy, not Grumpy Sunshine, grumpy, which I'm very much looking forward to as well. I feel like that's going to be a funny dynamic. And it's BK Borison. What's not to like? I know it's going to be good because I've loved every book by her apart from maybe one, and that's just because I think it was one of her older ones. But I'm so excited for this one. I'm really gutted there isn't a signing to go to for this one, actually, because I went to a book signing, my first ever book signing last year for Good Spirits, and it was so much fun. I wish she was doing another one. Then on September 22nd, we have Kiss of the Black Flame by Helen Shearer. I also have the ARC for this one, and I definitely want to read the ARC soon-ish because this is going to be very hit or miss for me, because I obviously loved The Legends of Thesma by Helen Shearer, and I really didn't like The Ashes of Thesma. I DNF'd that series very recently, so I don't know if I'm gonna like this, but I'm gonna give it a go. So Kiss of the Black Flame, I have little notes up here that I'm checking, is obviously a fantasy. It's a new series. It's apparently got a very good found family in it, which is what I loved about The Legends of Thesma. The found family was my favourite bit. It is enemies to lovers, and the female main character has chronic pain, and that is all I know about it. I really don't look into books before I pre-order them. This needs to be changed. If I remember rightly, it's something to do with like the male main character, I think, has powers that can kill gods, which is crazy. But I'm a little bit hesitant to go into this one. I don't know if I'm going to keep my pre-order for Kiss of the Black Flame. I might cancel it. Then another one for September 22nd. There's a lot of books in September as well, and I can't really afford to pre-order all of them because I don't have a job. So I probably should cancel some of these. But another one coming out on September 22nd is The Mirror of Infinite Endings by Stephanie Garber. This is like almost a novella, but not really, because it's almost 300 pages. It's a companion novel to the Once Upon a Broken Heart series, which is one of the first, if not the first, fantasy series I read as an adult. I'm really looking forward to it. I've missed Jax and Evangeline. They're some of my favourite characters, specifically Jax. I think everyone agrees Jax is who we're here for. Yeah, I don't know too much about this. I know that it takes place after the Once Upon a Broken Heart series, when the happily ever after is meant to be happening, and there's a secret that is maybe potentially unraveling that. So I'm very excited to see what Stephanie Garber does with this, because how can I not be excited? I loved Once Upon a Broken Heart. I'm so excited to have a matching edition as well. Some of the cutest, is that the word I'm looking for? They are cute. Some of the most beautiful covers that I've seen ever, to be honest. I really love the Once Upon a Broken Heart covers, so I'm very excited about that, if nothing else. Then we have on September 24th, Damned If I Do by Alexandria Bellefleur. This is another one I have the ARC for, and I'm so excited to read the ARC of this one, I cannot lie. So this one I think is very similar to her last book, Deal with the Devil, but also not at all, and kind of giving Our Infinite Fates, which is one of my favourite books. In that we have a lady who makes a deal with the devil, but whilst doing that she ends up remaining bound to her husband from like the 16th century. I think she must have made the deal, and he gets reincarnated in every life, so she's basically stuck with him forever, and she doesn't want to be. And I believe it's a case that in his latest reincarnation he has no recollection of anything. She like no idea who she is, and so she's gone to go be like, hey, I want to divorce you from the 16th century, and he has no clue what's going on. So we have a little small town setting, and I think it's being set up to be a second chance romance. I think that's what's happening, but again, I will let you know when I read it. That will definitely be in a video. I think I'm going to do a video reading all the ARCs that I have saved up, because I've got a couple now. And then finally we get to October, and another ARC that I'm so excited to have. We have got This Shattered Tempest, which is the final book in the Hurricane Wars series, coming out on October 8th. And again, because it is the final book in a series, I will not be telling you anything about it, other than I'm incredibly excited to read more about Taliesin and Alaric. So excited. Right, then on October 22nd, we have our first and potentially only Christmas book that I've bought this year, which is It's Beginning to Look a Lot Like Murder by Ali Carter. So I read The Most Wonderful Crime of the Year by Ali Carter. I don't know if I read that last year or the year before, but I really enjoyed it. It is a murder mystery set at Christmas, which I love. That's so fun. It gives the vibes of the Knives Out movies, which again, I love the Knives Out movies, so what's not to like about that in book form? And this one seems to be setting up for childhood enemies to lovers, forced proximity in a billionaire's mansion. So I think that sounds like great fun. I'm definitely excited to pick that one up. If I can get my hands on an arc of it, you can bet your ass I'm gonna read that immediately. I don't care about reading Christmas books at Christmas. I'll read them whenever. But this one I'm so excited for. Then on November 3rd, we've got 2 books coming out. So November 3rd, we have Defy the Dusk by Danielle L. Jensen, which again, I've now like refreshed my brain on what this actually is, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna like it. So this might be another one I have to cancel the pre-order for. I'm gonna wait and see if any more ARC reviews come out for it. And again, I think I've requested the ARC of this one as well, so if I get the ARC, that'd be handy. But this one is a new duet by Danielle L. Jensen. She wrote the Bridge Kingdom series, which again, this shelf here is the Bridge Kingdom series for me. It's one of my favourite fantasy series. So I thought I'd branch out and try another series by her. But I've looked into it, and this is like a post-apocalyptic dystopian romantasy, and those words don't sound like a bit of me. So I'm not sure if I'm actually going to keep this pre-order. But as I said, I'm gonna have a look at some reviews and see what other people are saying, because it doesn't sound like something I'm actually gonna want to read. And then the final book to talk about in the pre-orders section is A Fellowship of Academics in Art by Jay Penner. This is book 5 in the Adenishire series. I love this series, it's so much fun, and it's already on Kindle Unlimited, so I might read it now. This one is following, if you've read the Adenishire series, one of the characters in that is called Arletta, and her adoptive orc parents are Verdreth and Ervash. I've never said those words out loud, hopefully I said them right. And I think this is the story of how they met. I think that's what we're going for, but I'm not really sure. But it's cozy fantasy, it's always a good time. I really love Jay Penner's writing, so I am looking forward to that one. And then very briefly at the end of this video, I thought I would also mention a couple other arcs that I can like remember off the top of my head. So I've got some that I need to do because I'm late with them, such as Yes Chef, which is a romance with a chef. I've got Destination Funeral by Paige Harbison, which I've actually started this week. And I really hope I love this one because I loved The Other Side of Now. I don't really know what it's about yet. I'm not that far into it, so I need to read that. I have the arc of In the Same Boat by Portia McIntosh. I feel like I have another one that I'm not remembering. Oh, I have one called Partners in Crime, which sounds really fun, but I don't remember what it's about. But that's due in September, so I'm probably going to read that. And I think that might be it for my arcs that I have. I think that's right, because I've got 4 in there, 4 here. There's one that I can't remember, but I'm sure I'll remember and read it anyway. So that is it for this video. Let me know if you have pre-ordered any of these books as well. I'm sorry that this one is quite short and I don't really know what I'm talking about, but I thought I would do this as a little fun preemptive, like here's what my TBR is going to be looking like in the near future before I finish my TBR in next week's video, because I only have 7 books left, and that's important for everybody to know that I've only got 7 books left on my TBR, and next week's video is going to be me finishing the TBR. So keep your eyes peeled for that one, and I will see you next week with another video. Bye.